All right, here we are. Okay.
Hello, everybody. It's electric football, or it may not be. We're not sure.
It is this week.
It is this week, and we're going to talk about the playoffs. We're down to the Final Four. First off, let's give it up to the NFL for a simply terrific weekend of football.
It really was.
Football's in great shape right now with the likes of Russell Wilson, Colin Kaepernick, Andrew Luck, RG3 or RG Knee. Hopefully he won't become known as. But these young, exciting players are really setting the NFL up for a decade to come of really exciting football, which we had this weekend. Stu, what do you think of the games?
Well, I was really thinking that the last game was going to be the worst game, New England and Houston. Ended up being a game more than I expected. Baltimore and Denver. Holy cow, what a game.
Yeah.
It was just like, I was with guys that were just like, whoa, with every catch that, Torrey Smith made or every play that was made. It was just a lot of fun. It's the most fun I've had without a team in the playoffs in a long time.
Absolutely terrific weekend of football. But let's get into the upcoming games. So now we're going to look at the 49ers at the Falcons, and I hope I have this right. We've got the Falcons plus 3.5 as the spread.
That's what I saw.
The way I see this game is Carlos Rogers, Terrell Brown, Deshaun Golden, Dante Whittier, they're going to decide whether the 49ers go to the Super Bowl or not. If they can limit the damage done by Roddy White and Julio Jones, the 49ers win this game. I think it's as simple as that. The 49ers defense is in the top 4 in just about every category that matters.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. They were second in points allowed. The Falcons were 24th in total yards allowed and 23rd against the pass. So the Falcons are going to give up yardage. I don't know that the 49ers are. They're really that good. And with the display that Kaepernick put on this weekend, we were all saying, oh, it's all going to come down to Kaepernick.
It did.
Damn, he ran like a deer being chased by a pack of wolves.
444 yards of total offense from his 4 touchdowns, 2 were rushing.
And 181 yards, setting the record for playoff quarterback running.
Yep.
He was running like Bambi. He was running like Bambi before her mother got shot. So what was the scary part of San Francisco? The offense now looks like a strength. The Falcons' line and linebackers are going to have to stop Gore coming up the middle and running hard, which he does. And they're going to have to stop Kaepernick running around, and the man can throw it. He's got a very strong arm.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see a way that Weatherspoon and Dent and the linebackers are going to be able to handle this throughout the whole game. The Falcons' play calling allowed the Seahawks back into that game. It was bizarre. They had Michael Turner running. They had Jaquez Rogers running. I may have said that wrong. Jaquez. I may pronounce that wrong. But they only ended up with 24 total carries. When you're nursing the lead and your running backs are averaging 6 and 7 yards a carry, give them the ball.
And that's the difference. Like New England, their rushing yards for the season are very good, but they had 28-point leads. That's when they're running. They weren't rushing to win the game. They were rushing to kill the time. Why didn't Atlanta do that?
I don't know. And I'm with that. What was Atlanta thinking at the end with the onside kick? I mean, they really set Seattle up with a chance to win it. And this crazy weekend, would it have amazed anybody if that Hail Mary pass had gone to a Seahawk? Had Golden Tate gone up and just snatched it out of the air? So I wasn't impressed by the Falcons' coaching.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that you can get away with that against the 49ers. Simply put, I don't see the way that Matt Ryan and company are going to be able to move the ball against this D. I don't see the defensive speed and the stoutness up the middle that the Falcons are going to need to stop the 49ers from doing what they want.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the 49ers win this game, and I think they win it by double digits.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the 49ers gained 579 yards compared to 352 by the Packers, and they controlled the clock 38 minutes. That's what football teams that win do. They control the clock. They got the ground game. Aldon Smith in particular is poised to have a great game against left tackle Sam Baker. He's allowed 45 pressures this season, and this is what Aldon Smith does best, is get past those kind of guys. Matt Ryan could be tapped a lot. However, the Falcons are 7-1 at home this season. Home field advantage in the playoffs is huge. This will be a road game for the 49ers. Granted, they were home last week, but it's almost 3,000 miles, a new time zone, and they are the early game. That's different. The 49ers will have their hands full with Julio Jones.
Me and Julio.
Yeah, me and Julio, and Roddy White. These are two of the best receivers in the game. And Matt Ryan was throwing the ball better than I've seen him on Sunday. He really had a great game. Kudos to him for that. They combined for 2,500 yards and 17 touchdowns this season, and that's not including Tony Gonzalez, who just makes miraculous catch after miraculous catch. I don't know how that guy does it. He should have his AARP card, and this guy's just making redonkulous catches out there. But it is the first time ever for Kaepernick and Matt Ryan in a championship game. To me, that's even. Kaepernick's got a couple years less than Ryan, but Ryan doesn't have tons more playoff experience than Kaepernick to say he's got the advantage.
Doesn't Kaepernick seem like a lot more confident, though?
Oh,
absolutely.
Honestly,
of the two guys, I honestly see like Matty Ice, just melting.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Kaepernick's kissing the biceps and all that.
Right.
He's cocky, and he's living up to it.
Yeah. However, the 49ers were ripped for 42 points this season by Seattle. There's really no, I can't say that San Francisco's going to crush them. I think they should based on the personnel matchup. But that said, I like getting San Francisco getting the points. It's going to be a hell of a. It's the best game of the two.
All right, so Electric Football's pick in this game is the San Francisco
49ers getting, what did we say, 3.5?
3.5.
So that's our pick for that. We'll be right back with the Ravens and the Patriots.
Nice Chris Berman there.
All right, it's still AFC NFC Championship weekend, and we are Electric Football for the time being talking about the Ravens and the Patriots. And this matchup was the unexpected matchup in many people's opinions. Everyone was looking at Peyton Manning versus Tom Brady again. That didn't happen because Baltimore played a hell of a game. Joe Flacco's passes were flying around the field, long, deep, inexplicably open wide receiver. It was like stunning. And I thought Manning was pretty awful.
Well, you're giving a lot of credit to Flacco. I got to tell you, I think it's a miracle that Baltimore is even in this. It took the worst play ever by a secondary.
Absolutely.
Including the worst single play I've ever seen by a safety. I feel bad for Raheem Moore.
Wait,
but he took a horrible angle. They let Jacoby Jones get behind them, which they never should have. I don't know who the first guy was, but he was looking for the shallow pass as Jones ran past him. Moore, I don't know what he was thinking. He took a horrible angle, jumped about a half an hour early, and was stumbling backwards. If he had simply run and tackled Jones at the 20, they would have been in much better shape.
Mm-hmm.
So you were a little more impressed by Baltimore than I was.
Well, for what was expected of the game, yeah.
Okay, no, I agree with you on that.
I thought they'd get blown out. We laid 9 points in that game and got smoked on it.
No, it's true. They kept that game closer than I thought they would.
Mm-hmm.
They've played better. Early in the season, I picked them to win the Super Bowl. Maybe they'll live up to that and I'll be a genius. But I got to tell you, right now, of these two teams, New England looks a lot stronger to me. I mean, you want to talk about Raheem Moore needs some redemption, but he doesn't get a chance right now. But guys like Tom Brady and Wes Welker do. That pass in the Giants game, you can call it a bad Tom Brady pass. You could call it a Wes Welker drop. But I guarantee you those two guys can taste the chance for redemption on that.
Yeah, except it's a rematch of last year's AFC Championship game, which was, a missed field goal away from a tie, let alone the drop pass. And the Patriots lost in Week 3 to the Ravens 31-30. Now, granted, it was Week 3. Was Gronkowski even in yet?
Yeah, he was there.
He was in. When did he break his arm?
He did not. Through? He did not have a good game though. He had something like 20 yards in that game, 22 yards.
Needless to say, this isn't a gimme for New England, as I would have expected it to be early in the season. I didn't think Baltimore had it anymore. Obviously, they've been playing. Maybe Ray Lewis's announcement of retiring is inspiring them. They'll make him go out, and who knows if that really plays into how well a team plays.
Well, you brought up Gronkowski's arm, and I got to tell you, Bill Belichick gets a lot of credit for being a football genius, but he had Gronkowski, an oft-injured guy, a great player for the team, an oft-injured guy in blocking for an extra point when they were up. Huge.
I know.
And then even this week, they had him running a deep pass with a giant cast on his arm. I mean, come on. You're the Ravens. You're not going to go after that cast?
Mm-hmm.
How long was he expected to last? It didn't look like he did land on the forearm, but it didn't look like a terrific blow.
Yeah, and he was only gone 3 or 4 weeks, so that thing really isn't healed.
No, it really isn't healed. Sort of like RG3's knee.
Right.
So maybe these guys are trying to come back, and I understand that, and I even respect it. They're trying to come back for the playoff game. But if the Patriots do go on to the Super Bowl, and if they lose the second one in a row, it might be because Gronkowski was hobbled the first time and out the second time, and the blame for that might fall on Belichick. I do not like Ray Lewis. I just want that on the record. I don't like Ray Lewis. Flacco's been living off the deep ball. He got a great matchup against the Colts with Cassius Vaughn. As we talked about earlier, they got very lucky with the Raheem Moore play at the end of this game. And like a basketball team in the playoffs that relies on the three, eventually you go cold from deep. So
the Patriots secondary isn't anything to write home about, but they create turnovers. I don't know how a team with, a bunch of stars you can't even name the names of, year in, year out, change the personnel, but they always come up with the turnover when they need it. It's pretty incredible.
Well, the secondary's gotten a little bit better when they brought in Aqib Talib, and Rob Ninkovich comes up with big play after big play.
Yeah.
And I just like saying Ninkovich.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
I can't.
I want everybody out there to only refer to Wes Welker as that little Wes Welker. It's a lot of fun. I did it the whole game. Look at that little Wes Welker catch the ball. I'll bet that little Wes Welker would love this bean dip. Seriously, try it.
Can't I just call him former Dolphin Wes Welker?
You could, actually. The Ravens won the Week 3 matchup. These are two completely different teams from that.
And this is the first repeat of an AFC championship since when? 1986 and 87 between Cleveland and Denver. Is Joe Flacco John Elway? Will there be a drive and a fumble? Going twice doesn't guarantee that you're going to win it, and Elway learned that, pretty quickly.
Okay, now past the history lesson and back to why the Patriots are going to win this game, because I honestly believe the Patriots are going to win this game. They have the better quarterback. They do have the better coach. They've had to play one less game than the Ravens have. They got the week off, and the Ravens D is old and banged up. Yes, Ray Lewis played great. If you want to see a really impressive stat, look at the number of tackles he's averaged in the playoffs. It's something like 10 or 11 a game. The man's a great player. Ed Reed's a great player. I've got a lot of respect for them. But I don't see how they hold up after playing the extra game against a Patriots team that's going to test you all over the field, and a Patriots team that can suddenly run the ball. Ridley and Shane Vereen both had good games. I think the Patriots are going to be able to do that, and it's a lot to lay, but I'll take the Patriots laying the 9.
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree on taking New England. You can't discount Bill Belichick and Tom Brady, but since Baltimore got rid of Scamron as the offensive coordinator, Jim Caldwell has actually improved the Ravens' offense. They moved the ball more consistently since that week, and they're getting to the ball to the stars. They're getting it to Ray Rice. They're getting it to Torrey Smith. They're getting it to Pitta. They're getting it to the guys instead of trying to rely on a couple other guys. Get it to your star players. The guys are going to catch the ball and get it consistently. Flacco's been superb since then. He's only thrown 1 interception versus 9 touchdowns in this span, and that's impressive.
That is impressive.
To me, he's been playing lights out football. I didn't realize it was since then because I did my research, over the last 30 minutes and found that out. But that is the truth. He's 9 touchdowns to 1 interception since then. But this is the 7th AFC title game for Brady and the Hood. And how do you go against them? I just can't. Is Baltimore going to cover the 9? I just don't know. I don't know. I have to go with the Patriots and Brady because you know what? He's the best quarterback left in the game right now. He is the star of the NFL that we've been watching for the last dozen years. He's the greatest quarterback since then. You can argue Eli Manning, who I think is excellent, and he's beaten Brady. Well, he's beaten Belichick more than Brady because they don't play against each other. But how many times has Brady been there? 7 AFC championships. Ridiculous.
Okay, so Electric Football's official pick in this game is?
The New England Patriots giving 9.
There you go.
What are we thinking? 9 points.
Anyway, we hope to have up the standings for the Electric Football Challenge very soon.
We thank you all for playing, boy. You know, it started out like we weren't going to get much action from you fellows, but you all stepped up to the plate. We really appreciate it. It's a lot of fun.
I think in the lead right now is Get Witted Sports and Geo Knows, but we're all right in a pack. Everybody's basically there's a couple of 5 and 3s. Everybody else is 4 and 4. So hopefully we'll have that video up soon. I'm Steve Brown.
I'm Stu Pace.
Wishing the Vikings were still in it. Stu's wishing that the
this is not the Seahawks.
That the Tuskers,
the Florida Tuskers,
were still in it
of the now defunct UFL.
And we will see you for the Super Bowl.
We will be back as Electric Football one more time.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
See you. Good night. What are you doing?